Hey everybody, this is Christy. I hope you're having a great day. I'm enjoying a beautiful afternoon in Texas here. It's not quite as hot as it has been, so I'm going to take a little walk. But you know what I was thinking about? I don't know if you're like this. I have been. Have you ever had a day where it's like, oh, I'm tired, I'm worn out, or I just kind of want to be by myself, get some things done, or process maybe something that just happened. And, I think maybe just being by myself for a little while will make things better. Well, I was thinking about the two men, or some people even say it may have been a husband and a wife. His name was Cleopas, and the other person that was with him, their name was not mentioned. But they were on the road back to their hometown, Emmaus, and it was on the Sunday when Jesus had just resurrected. But they didn't know it at the time, and they were on their way home. They were part of not the 12 disciples, but a few more than that, maybe the 75 or so that also followed Jesus quite a bit. And they were on their way home. They didn't know that he had resurrected. And they had been with Jesus, traveling with him and following him for maybe a year, maybe two, maybe three. And they were so disappointed that they loved him, but now he was gone and he wasn't the Savior and the risen Savior they had thought. And so they're on their way home back to what would be normal. And can you imagine all the emotions they had that day? And as they took that 2.5-hour walk back to Emmaus, a man met them on that road and walked nearly the entire way and began to just talk to them about this man they called Jesus. What was the deal is that really was Jesus walking with them, but they didn't recognize it. Isn't that interesting? And I imagine they thought, well, we'll just walk and we'll be nice to this guy, but we just need to get home. But something inside them, even though they didn't recognize Jesus for over 2 hours, when they took the turn to go to Emmaus, they looked at this man who was Jesus and they didn't recognize him and said, hey, why don't you come home and have dinner with us? And at that moment, Jesus took them up on it, their gift of hospitality, even when they didn't feel like it. And so Jesus took them up on it and he went to their home and had dinner. And it said when he broke bread, that's when they recognized him, and they were in the presence of the risen Savior. For that they made Bible history, and they were never the same. So I don't know what you're going through today, or maybe you're weary and you're trying to process some things that are going on, but I just want you to know Jesus is in the presence even when you don't feel like it. And the gift of hospitality makes all the difference. Reach out to somebody this week. Ask them to lunch or even just a coffee and just minister to them. You never know what a difference that's going to make. And they reference this in Luke. Luke references this and he said, when the men with Jesus on the road to Emmaus said, stay and have supper with us. It's nearly evening. The day is done. So he went in with them. That gift of hospitality, pushing through, loving people even when you don't feel like it, can turn an ordinary meal into a banquet of royalty when you bring people into the right table through the love of Jesus. Also, I've written a book. It's called The Perfect Dinner Guest, How the Secret Sauce of Love Can Turn Every Meal into a Banquet. It's also a 7-week small group study. I'd love for you to get it. You just Google my name, ChristyMcCrary.com, and you can get that book today. God bless you, and use your gift of hospitality to love on someone. Take good care. Bye-bye.